Hello! My name's Odessa Esco, and this is Commonly Confused English. Before we get to the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you already aren't. Today's video is about 3 commonly confused words. Don't worry! I know 3 is a lot, so you can double check your understanding by clicking the link to my Google Doc in my channel description. There you'll find more explanations and more examples, but of course, if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment. The 3 words we're talking about today are appointment, reservation, and booking. These words are commonly used interchangeably. It really depends on where you are and what you're talking about. The meanings are pretty much the same, but over time, we've associated each word with a certain activity or a certain situation. I'm gonna break down each category of this word separately, but first I wanna talk about how they are the same. Appointment, reservation, and booking is all about taking specific time out of your day and matching it with the specific time of another person's or business's day. You're making a plan to be together or do a service together or be in a certain place at a certain time. Whatever you're talking about, you're trying to organize it with another party, whether that's a person, a business, or a group of people. We make appointments, reservations, and bookings so we can plan out our days and our lives. Imagine being a doctor and not knowing when you're going to see your next patient. Imagine being the patient, not knowing when you'll be able to see your doctor. So appointments, booking, reservations, these are 100% things you're going to be needing to talk about. So listen close for how they differ. Let's start with appointment. Appointments are usually made between a person and another person. Appointments usually pertain to professional and licensed services. This is like your doctor, the veterinarian, therapist, your nail girl, anybody who has to get a license or get trained to provide help or service to the general public. These are people you make appointments with. I need to make an optometrist appointment. I need to make an appointment with my daughter's principal. So in these situations, oftentimes you are going to an office, somewhere like a school, perhaps you're going to a government building. Either way, you are trying to make a time to meet with someone for them to give you some professional services or advice. You might be meeting with a school counselor. You make an appointment with your school counselor to talk about the next steps in your education. Appointments are usually made between a person and a person, but like I said, at the doctor's office, you might have a receptionist that is making the appointment on behalf of the doctor. It's still just going to be you and the doctor when the appointment comes, but there is a middleman creating and bookkeeping for you there. So think of appointments as more one-on-one situations with your nail girl. You make an appointment to get your nails done. You make an appointment to get your hair done, right? If you're going to the salon, you need to make a hair appointment. The next word is reservation. Reservations are usually made for entertainment and restaurant purposes. So if you're going out to eat somewhere for lunch or dinner, you need to make a reservation. You could say, I would like to make an appointment to eat here, but it's very awkward and not very commonly used where I'm from. I just want to give an example of how these are interchangeably used, but they might sound awkward depending on how you use them. So in situations about entertainment and the restaurants, you definitely want to use reservations. It's just more commonly used. Reservations are usually made between a group of people and a business or an establishment. For example, you and your friends want to go eat dinner. So maybe one of you calls, but you're making a reservation for 3. Can I make a reservation for 3 people at 7 p.m. tonight? Great! Now there's gonna be space and room for at least 3 people when you show up at that time. You've reserved that space. You've reserved that time to enter the restaurant and be served properly, right? If you show up there and they have all the tables booked, you're gonna be like, excuse me, I made a reservation. You should have a table available for me, a reserved table. We also reserve seats and seatings at events. So perhaps you're graduating and every student gets 2 reserved seats, maybe for your parents, friends, whoever you want. But there will be 2 reserved seats set aside for you and your family for your graduation. Usually when we're reserving seats, it's for events and ceremonies like weddings. You need to RSVP. You need to tell them, hey, we're coming. So they can reserve your seat at the wedding. They can reserve you a seat at a table. That's why it's important to make sure you reserve things beforehand, or you might not have a seat. At facilities like spas, where you can have multiple things done, you also make reservations for each individual service. With reservations, there's usually a lot of things happening at an event or a place. For example, the restaurant example again. When you make a restaurant reservation, it's not like you're reserving one singular thing. When you make a reservation, you're kind of reserving an experience. You're booking the table, reserving the table. You're reserving the services that would be needed to serve you guys, the waiters, the kitchen staff. They have to make sure they have enough to accommodate your reservation. So when you're making a reservation, it's not like one little thing. Like an appointment. An appointment, you're making a time to talk to your doctor. You're making a time to do a test. It's one little thing. A reservation has a lot more layers to it. If you reserve a spa treatment, there's a lot of different treatments you might be having. A facial, you might be getting a Turkish bath, you might be getting a pedicure. Either way, there are multiple activities happening in that one reservation of spa activity. You can use a reservation and appointment kind of similarly. Where I make the difference is that appointment is when I'm going to a place where it's their business and it's one-on-one, my therapist. If I have a nail tech, someone who does nails, and I go to their house, I'm definitely calling that an appointment. It's one-on-one. Same situation getting my nails done, but now it's at a salon. I say I need to make a reservation. That's just a personal choice. You can use them interchangeably. I just personally happen to use appointment more when I'm doing one-on-one activities between me and a person, and I use reservation more when I'm organizing something between me and a group maybe, and then a business. The last word is booking. So booking, booked, book, these are all saying the same things as reservation and appointment. The difference here with booking is that we do have a little bit more clarity when to use the word booking. We use the word booking when we're talking about things or people who have provided open availability for their services. Open availability means that a professional or business has given you the times that they're available to do a service, and all you have to do is click or select the time you want that service, and it's guaranteed. Like, you guys have made your appointment. You don't need to talk to anyone. You go online, you see their availability, you click when you want them, and that's it. They've pre-agreed to do that service. You don't need a conversation. Same thing with flights and buses and trains. You don't need permission to go on the bus or the train. You just kind of have to buy the ticket. In situations like that, we say booking. I need to book a flight. I have to book a bus train. Bus train? I have to book a train. I have to book a bus. I want to book a trip. Those are things you just have to buy. They're yours already. As long as you buy it, there's no, oh, what works for you this time, that time. They've already got a pre-approved time that they've agreed to provide the service. You just have to select it. You just have to book it. Because of this, bookings usually are made between a person and a service, usually a freelance person providing a service, like personal chefs, entertainers that are dancers, singers. People like that usually have availabilities, set availabilities. Like a dancer might have her schedule posted on a website saying she's open for weddings and ceremonies from January to February. That's it. For whatever reason, she only has this availability. So if you would like to book her, do it in this time and you can. Booking is usually also kind of more of a service you're engaging in. You're acquiring someone's time or someone's venue area for your own personal use. You book wedding halls, you book dance halls, right? You rent out the space temporarily, you book it, and you get to do whatever you want in that space. We have lots of entertainment spaces you can book for lots of different types of events, and you might have food or entertainment at those events. The chef there would have been booked. I booked catering services. They're coming to you with all of their necessary tools to provide the service to you where you want it. You're not going to their restaurant. In that case, you would have made a reservation. You booked their services, they're coming to you. Similarly, with nail techs and makeup artists, you're not gonna make appointments with them. If you want them to come and be mobile and come and like do your wedding makeup at your bridal house, you're gonna book your makeup artist and she will come, or he will come, or they will come to your wherever you are and do that service there. That's the main difference between booking and appointments and reservations. With booking, usually whatever is happening is coming to you. I booked a wedding singer. Ooh, I booked a band for the high school dance. Those people, that entertainment will be coming to your location. Similarly, you can book out the whole location or venue for events. I booked a farm, or I booked a cottage for us on Airbnb. Things like that, you're going to, or they're coming to you. And it's very private, it's very personal. It's more private and personal, bookings. Yeah, like it's kind of like, ooh, they're your temporary servants. It's giving a little bit temporary servitude. They're here for you. Whereas appointments and reservations, you guys kind of like made a deal. Okay, I'm gonna be here this time. Oh, perfect, I'll be working this time. Let's meet up. Booking is like, I want this service to be done here and now. And you will be there here and now when I do the service. I booked you. Whereas appointments and reservations, there's a little bit more flexibility. Like if you show up to a restaurant, your reservation, they might ask you to come 10 minutes early, or they might say you'll lose your reservation if you're not here within 10 minutes. There's a lot of time constraints with appointment and reservation. With booking, it's usually more of like a day. You know, you book out your hairstylist for the entire day, for your whole entire event. She's doing the hair of a bunch of people. You've booked her for the day. You haven't made a specific time to get your hair done. If you were doing that, you probably would have gone to her salon. You would have made an appointment or reservation and just did it there. But as soon as you say the word booked, you know that people are coming to you, okay? And people are providing you like an extra service. People are really like serving you. Another thing to note is the word booked. It does relate to booking, but booked is the past tense of book. We need to book our plane tickets. Oh, I already booked our plane tickets. Past tense. We also use the word booked to talk about having a full schedule. Oh my goodness, I can't take on any more appointments. My schedule is booked. It's full. These words really are the same. It depends on where you are and what you're talking about. It's very small differences. 9 times out of 10, if you mix these up and it sounds kind of awkward, people will still know what you're saying. But if you get it's probably just because of awkward phrasing. For example, I would never say something like, I need to make an appointment at this restaurant. You can see that appointment just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. But booking and reservation fit. I would like to reserve a table at this restaurant. I need to book a table at this restaurant. So take your time, play with these words. If it sounds awkward, try another one of these words. Go with the flow, what feels right coming out of your mouth. And as always, listen to who you want to sound like. You know, if it's not someone within your area and they talk a little differently and you want to talk with a different English accent, that's fine. Do you. It's your English voice. I hope this video was helpful. Please leave any questions or comments, and of course, recommendations down below. I'll see you in my next video. Stay cute. Bye.